So there's one crazy thing that we are doing every day, and it can be ruining our health and fitness goals and ruining our perception of body image. The worst thing is that it's right in front of our faces too. Yes, as you guessed from the title, it's about social media. So let's talk about it. Now, welcome to Specific Personal Training, everyone. My name is Dan, where I help people find alignment and success in health and fitness. And if you want to stay up to date with all the latest content from this channel, then simply click on that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. Right, so I'm not too sure how this is going to land exactly, because I do feel like quite a bit of my audience is the mature age people like myself. And social media tends to, certain social media tends to affect the younger generation more. However, it still does affect all of us, and I feel like this is something that everyone can take some help and advice from. And I will be giving you like 4 or 5 tips at the end of this to help you with social media, so make sure you stay around for that. Why do I say that I think social media is ruining your body image or your perception of body image? And well, the problem is that a lot of us take things like Instagram and other social platforms as gospel now. Like back in the day, Instagram was just a place like Photo Bucket, if anyone still remembers that, where you would just post pictures. You know, you could post pictures, show them to your friends, easily accessible. And now Instagram is actually a full-time job. Like, what a lot of people didn't realize is that there are full-time Instagrammers now and influencers, people who get paid to be posting pictures and promoting products. And you know, these people want to sell you products and promote stuff, so they have to have the best photos. Like, and I'm just not talking about like drugs and surgery, like, you know, Kardashian's fake butt and stuff like that. That's a whole other different subject. I'm actually just talking purely about photoshopping. You know, there has been many bad examples of celebrities and non-celebrities of people where they've really badly photoshopped their pictures. You know, where you'll have them like standing on a yacht or something like that, and you can see the bars of like the yacht bending, or they're taking a photo in front of a mirror, and where the mirror comes down, there's just this random loop that just comes in. And so I'm talking about photoshopping. Now, a little bit of contrast is okay. Everyone likes to have fun with the filters. Filters are a little bit, you know, different. That's no different than me turning on or turning off the lights in this room, essentially. I'm on about like full-on photoshopping. And a lot of Instagrammers and fitness models are illusionists. This is something that a lot of us seem to forget, is that influencers and models are illusionists. And this is nothing new. This goes way back to the days of Arnold in the golden era of bodybuilding. You know, his waist was never actually that small. He was actually quite a blocky person in the waist, especially in his earlier days. So what he used to always do is, whenever he would pose, he would always be posing to the side. If you look at a lot of his photos, I mean, there were some of him full frontal, but I think even in them he's sucking in a little bit. But a lot of his photos, he's actually always doing a twist in there. And because what that would be doing is that be giving you the illusion that his waist is a lot smaller, because the more that he can twist, the more that waist twists inwards. Vince Gironda, who was a legendary bodybuilding coach of that time, talked about how bodybuilding is creating an illusion, and he spoke about using certain poses and things to make yourself look bigger in certain areas and smaller in others, and also about training the body as well. You know, instead of just training everything, you know, he'd purposely get people to train their shoulders and their arms a lot more and not their waist. So the waist wasn't actually shrinking, the upper body was just getting so big that it made the waist look like a really tiny waist. And another thing that we need to remember, something that I think is really key and important, is that social media is the best highlights of someone's life. Especially things like Instagram and stuff, they're the best highlights of someone's life. It is lifestyle by design, and lifestyle by design is something that Joe Rogan and Elon Musk talked a lot about in their podcast that they did together, and I'll actually put a little link to that in the description. And they talked about how we purposely design this life that we want other people to see, that we want other people to think that we have. You know, we look a lot prettier than what we are. We look a lot happier than what we actually are, and things like that. And social media, because of it, has turned into a life porn, really. You know, we go on there and we contrast the expectations in it as to how we see our life. And you know, just like you would go onto a pornography website to get that same stimulus and that same pleasure and feeling, we now do the same with social media. We go onto social media looking for this stimulus, this relief of endorphins from all of these wonderful pictures and things that we see. And this is why looking for inspiration can be a bad thing, because it then turns out to be something that we're constantly chasing, and we are constantly chasing it through this medium. We are constantly chasing it through Facebook and Instagram. You know, how many times have you spent a lot of time just scrolling on Facebook looking for something that's going to make you feel happy or feel good? The negative part of it is that these people that we are looking to, these influencers that we are following, then put out bad information and bad products. And they do it because they make us feel like we're doing something wrong because we're not living the lives that they are. And that allows them to then sell us like some bad products, give us some jargon information. And the worst part is that we look at them as experts, and they don't even have the bodies that they claim to. Like the amount of people that I see purposely doing these illusion posts and photo editing them to make themselves look better, and then they'll be like, DM me for a program or nutritional information, or you know, buy this makeup cleanser from here because it clears up my spots and things like this, and it's all being photoshopped and filtered and things like that. One thing that's important to remember, that to take away, is that you are a real and raw, beautiful version. You are a real and raw, beautiful version. These people are made up. These pictures and these posts, they're illusions, they're made up. You are the real and raw thing. And that is actually the beautiful version. So, how can we fix this so we can actually use social media to work smarter and harder in achieving success in health and fitness, and also in other areas of our lives? If you're enjoying this video and you've connected with any of these points so far, then type a simple yes in the comment section below. Let me know that you're there. Let me know that you are connecting with this. So okay, 5 tips of how we can use social media to help us be better and succeed better in life. Well, the number one thing is to remember that you control who you follow. Only follow people that are having a positive influence, and unfollow those that don't. You know, if somebody makes you feel unworthy, or you know, like you're really missing something, then unfollow them. Don't like them. And that goes into point 2. Only follow people who encourage and motivate, or who educate you with actual validity and realness behind it. Don't be taking motivation from somebody who hasn't struggled and had to strive throughout their life. Don't be listening to somebody on how to grow a bigger booty when they've just photoshopped theirs, or you know, they've had surgery for it or something. You know, go to people that actually have validity and realness to them. For your education and motivation. Now, point 3, connecting to that as well, is select from a small group of people who you can relate to and enjoy for advice. So like, you're watching this hopefully because you can relate to me and you like the advice and things that I put out there. And I'm the same. When it comes to things that aren't from books, you know, when it comes to social media, I only follow people. I have a small group of people that I follow. I have a small group for fitness, I have a small group for spirituality, and a small group for business and growth and stuff. And the key to that is, one, because the more you enjoy the advice you get, the more you're going to take it in, the more you're going to learn from it. And the other thing is that it keeps it to a core set of people that you can kind of trust, you know. By all means do question them, but you can also trust them as well. One of the biggest problems with social media is there's so much data coming at us from all over. One person is telling us this on nutrition, someone else is telling us this, someone else is telling us that. And a lot of the time you can get a lot of conflicting information, which actually prevents you from being successful, makes you feel that you're in a rut and you're never going to get anywhere. So make it a small group, a small pond. Just like I found as I've got older, my group of friends has shrank down. Do the same with your social media influencers. Tip number 4 is put the social back into social. Like, social media was originally created for us to connect and speak to each other. And these days, all we do is just like things, random comment, like things, heart things, and you know, use it as a way of connecting with people and creating real conversation. Like, one thing that I always want to do with this channel, no matter how big it gets or how big my business gets, is I want to be able to take the time to conversate with you guys. It's one of the big points that I make about this channel, is I want to have conversation with you guys. I want to respond to your comments. I want to at least show that I've acknowledged your comments. And you know, you'll get some people out there where as soon as they get like 100,000 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers, they're like too good to reply to comments. You know, people leave comments, and granted you can't reply to comments all the time, but you know, like, they won't even respond to the first comment that was left on their page. You know, use it to create and connect with people, and that way you'll get so much more of a better experience from it. And tip number 5, the last one, is use it for kindness. There's so much negativity out there in social media that we really don't have to look hard to find it. So, and I often believe that what you put out, you will get back in. So if you're constantly being negative, if you're putting negativity in your news feeds, then you'll see a lot of it back as well. So always put kindness out there and watch it come back to you. Now, when I say this, don't be fake with it. Like, if you're going to legitimately try and start up a conversation or make a comment with somebody, make it legitimate. Don't just make it a wishy-washy compliment. You know, use it for real, genuine kindness. So thanks everyone for watching this. Let me know if you liked it or disliked it by mashing that thumb button down below. And certainly share it with anyone that you feel will get any value from this information. Question of the day for you is, how heavily influenced are you by social media, and has this video inspired you to be a little bit more mindful of the effects? Hit me up with your answers in the comments below, and I will make sure that I do reply to them. In the description will be links to that Joe Rogan Elon Musk clip that I talked about, and also in the description will be links to all my other social media. So head over there, give me a follow, and let's chat on there too. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and click that bell to stay up to date on all the latest videos from us.